So with that, it's time to officially kick off the morning. I'd like to welcome Dr. Maria Gallo, Chancellor of the University of Wisconsin-River Falls. Maria Gallo became the 20th Chancellor at UW-River Falls in July 2021 after serving as 5 years as President of Delaware Valley University. Prior to that, Chancellor Gallo was Dean and Director of Research and Co-op Extension at the University of Hawaii at Manoa from 2012 to 2016. Chancellor Gallo also served as Professor and Chair of the Agronomy Department over the course of her 16 years at the University of Florida. She's a Fulbright Scholar as well as a Fellow of the American Society of Agronomy, the Crop Science Society of America, where she also has served as their president. So, with that, please welcome Chancellor Gallo.
Duties as assigned. All right. Well, thank you for that kind introduction, Steve. It's my great honor to join with our partners in the Dairy Innovation Hub in welcoming you to UW-River Falls for the 2022 Dairy Summit. I hope everyone has a wonderful time on our campus and leaves with a deeper understanding of the breadth and depth of research that's being conducted to advance the dairy industry in Wisconsin. Although the Dairy Innovation Hub was established before I arrived on campus, I quickly realized that the initiative held great promise for making significant contributions to the vitality of Wisconsin's dairy farmers, processors, and researchers. My appreciation for this special program has only grown as I see what the Dairy Innovation Hub has been able to accomplish in its scant 3 years of existence. On our campus alone, new faculty and Hub Fellows are studying innovative uses from milk ingredients and byproducts, and the researcher of our own, Dr. Sylvia Kehoe, recently earned her the honorable title, the WISIS Innovator of the Year. The dairy industry in Wisconsin has been and will remain a key economic driver for the state. About 157,000 jobs in the state are in dairy farming or processing, and the industry accounts for nearly $46 billion in economic activity every year in Wisconsin. But as everyone knows, these are stressful times for dairy farmers as economic conditions continue to make it difficult for small and medium-sized operations to compete with larger dairy farms. Today, you will hear about the cutting-edge research that is being conducted at the partner Dairy Innovation Hub institutions here at UW-River Falls, UW-Madison, and UW-Platteville. The key to the success of the Dairy Innovation Hub is the cooperation and collaboration among the faculty and others on these 3 campuses. To that end, I'd like to quote Grace Lewis, who joined us as an assistant professor of food science in August of 2021. In an interview published in the Dairy Innovation Hub's most recent annual report, Grace said that collaboration is one of the main focuses of the Hub. I get to collaborate with other faculty at River Falls, but also at Madison and Platteville. Basically, I'm set up for success with such a great network of collaborators. Ensuring that collaboration is the goal of the agricultural deans we have in attendance today. Our own Dean Olson, Interim Dean of the College of Agriculture, Food, and Environmental Sciences, Chuck Steiner, Interim Dean of UW-Platteville's College of Business, Industry, Life Sciences, and Agriculture, and Glenda Gillaspy, UW-Madison's Dean of the College of Agriculture and Life Sciences are here, so welcome you to UW-River Falls. We are cognizant of the fact that the taxpayers of the state of Wisconsin have made a significant investment in the Dairy Innovation Hub, with $7.8 million per year of funding for the program, and we will be good stewards of that investment. You will hear today about the newest projects that have been developed with this funding, and the impact this research has on farm businesses through the focus on the Hub priority areas: growing farm businesses and communities, being good stewards of land and water resources, enriching human health and nutrition, and ensuring animal health and welfare. For example, you'll hear today from the Western Wisconsin Conservation Council about how a groundwater database is helping educate farmers about the connection between land use practices and groundwater quality. Now I'd like to ask Dean Olson to make a few remarks. Thank you again for showing your support for the Dairy Innovation Hub by attending the summit today, and I hope everyone has a very enriching experience. Thank you so much for being here. Have a great day.
Thank you, Chancellor Gallo. I'd like to welcome you to the third annual Dairy Summit. I'm very happy to say this is the first Dairy Summit where we have the pleasure of meeting in person. But I also want to welcome our participants joining us online today. This year, the University of Wisconsin River Falls is serving as a host to this annual celebration, and as Interim Dean of Cafes, I was asked to provide a few comments on the impact of Dairy Innovation Hub activities at UWRF. Before I get started, I would like to recognize and thank Dr. Dale Gallenberg, the former Dean of Cafes, for his very active role in the Dairy Innovation Hub since its inception. I'm sure he is currently enjoying his recent chosen career specializing in retirement. The University of Wisconsin River Falls has a long history of offering quality undergraduate education in agriculture, food, and environmental sciences. Graduates of our programs are frequently employed in the dairy industry, and the Dairy Innovation Hub was a natural addition to Cafes. I believe a major impact of the Dairy Innovation Hub on the UWRF campus will be the enhanced education of our students for generations to come. I can remember participating in some of those meetings early on a few years ago to discuss this new idea called the Dairy Innovation Hub and how would it impact Cafes and UWRF. After a few initial reactions of, wow, this is big, that's great news, and even this is going to be a challenge. The response from our faculty, our staff, and particularly our lab farm crew reminded me of something my dad used to say to me growing up on the farm. Get your boots and a pair of gloves. We got work to do. So with that in mind, the addition of the Dairy Innovation Hub meant we needed to make some changes. Historically, our laboratory farms, including the dairy enterprise, is used extensively for educational purposes in Cafes. Also, the farms are utilized to support faculty and undergraduate activities. Our Man Valley farm quickly implemented changes to better accommodate the research activities on the farm. Our immediate need was to hire Andrea Clark to serve as a research specialist to serve as a liaison between our faculty proposing research and the lab farm. But some of the other changes we've done at the farm included modifying our calf barn to better serve Dr. Kehoe's existing research program, but also to support future research needs. We even repurposed a storage shed to act as a support lab designed to process samples collected on the farm, which we would then bring back to campus for analysis. And lastly, a DIH grant is being used to install a series of high-definition cameras that will be used in various research activities, monitoring the animals on the farm. So even though these changes I just mentioned were necessary to get started, these efforts would not be possible without our lab farm staff. I specifically want to recognize them for their efforts to facilitate a wide range of project ideas to date, such as dairy beef, composting, groundwater contamination, and even novel dairy cropping systems, just to name a few. These duties, in addition to the numerous daily tasks of operating a university farm, as well as meeting the teaching the needs of our campus, have put quite a heavy load on them, which they have happily taken part. There have also been some exciting changes on campus. Several years ago, Cafes started the process to remodel our dairy pilot plant. With the introduction of the Dairy Innovation Hub, we revisited the blueprints and incorporated a laboratory in the remodeling plans to accommodate research related to dairy products. We also reconfigured some lab space in the plant and earth science department to improve our options to include instrumentation for both solid analysis as well as water quality analysis. This development of shared space has worked well for some proposals that have initiated through the Plant and Earth Science and the Agricultural Engineering Technology departments. Another exciting piece of news is the construction of the new SciTech building on our campus, which is scheduled to start this summer with an anticipated completion date of 2026. The new SciTech building will become the new home for UWRF's biology department, which in turn means that they will be moving out of ag science, and we will have fourth and fifth floor available for use in cafes and dairy hub initiative activities. And at the same time, we have also started discussions with an architect to look at a complete renovation of the Agricultural Sciences building that will include accommodations for future Dairy Innovation Hub activities, with anticipated submitting these plans to the Building Commission in an upcoming biennium. Even though we have made significant progress in identifying space and providing analytical equipment for research spaces, the most important addition to our campus is the people. In addition to Andrea Clark, our research specialist, we have hired 5 faculty members to join our team to date. Joining us in the fall of 2021, Dr. Grace Lewis with her expertise in food science, Dr. Kate Kreitzinger, specializing in animal health and welfare, and Dr. Luis Pina-Lavano with a strong background in agricultural economics. Dr. Bahara Hassanpour came to our campus nearly a year ago in the spring of 2022. Her background in agricultural and environmental engineering is a nice fit for a shared position between the Plant and Earth Science and Agricultural Engineering Technology departments. Our most recent hire was Dr. Suzanne Weisner. Dr. Weisner joined us just this semester, but she is bringing with her some experience as a Dairy Innovation Hub postdoctoral research fellow at the University of Wisconsin in Madison. Even though they have been here for a very short time, I'm impressed with their enthusiasm and their ideas already put into motion. And later today, you will be learning much more about their current research projects from this group, as well as other faculty from UWRF, UW-Madison, and UW-Platteville. In 3 short years, the Dairy Innovation Hub has had a significant impact on the UWRF campus. Even though their stories would differ, I believe my fellow deans, Glenda Gillaspy, the Dean of the CALS at UW-Madison, and Interim Dean Chuck Steiner from BILSA at UW-Platteville, would agree that they have experienced similar exciting changes on their campuses due to the Dairy Innovation Hub. Glenda, Chuck, will you please stand to be recognized? Thank you, and again, welcome to the 3rd Annual Dairy Summit, and I would like to invite Dr. Kelm back to the podium.
All right, thank you, Dean Olson, and to Chancellor Gallo. All right, now it's time to get started. So we're going to start with a panel discussion. We have a unique group of farmers that are part of a local farmer-led watershed, the Western Wisconsin Conservation Council. This group has had a partnership with UW River Falls since 2017, and that has been recently enhanced by incorporation into the Dairy Innovation Hub. So Maria Wolt, the program manager of DIH, will serve as our moderator and will get us started. So take it away, Maria.